Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. So guys, today we have an important update regarding the Infosys itself. So one of our student have recently appeared for the interview and we have the interview experience of him with us. Okay, so just few hours ago only he have completed his interview and he feel very confident on the same. So his name is Abhyudaya Tiwari, if my pronunciation is right. So throughout this, I will be pronouncing his name as Abhi. So it will be much more convenient, right? Yeah. So this is his resume, which was a most important part, which made him to get in through. So you can see here, he is a bachelor's of engineering in computer science itself. It is the branch that he have specialized, and diploma in computer science, then high school, then projects. He have undertaken three kind of projects throughout, like from 2016 till 2012. Then certifications is there, and then your Microsoft certification is there, JP Morgan internship, then research and publications, then achievements on extracurricular activities. Yes, he is a very good active person in extracurricular activities as well. Then workshops and languages proficiency. Okay, so this is a perfect resume that I can't ever say, because photo is optional, obviously, if you can want, if you can put, or else not. But this is only one page resume and it has immense data which completely describes him fully. Okay, so that is very good. And also you can see here, this is a dedicated engineer graduate seeking associate with the organization that values smart work would execute the best in enhancing company's productivity while keep improving self-growth. Okay, so this is an engineering position, so we have made the objective regarding to that. When you apply for internship, you have to change that as well. And if you're applying for some management positions, you have to change this engineering word into different things. Okay, so this is how you have to build your resume. This is a very good resume. You can take it as a reference. Okay, so that's it. So now let's go. So due to some inconvenience, he couldn't come and share his experience live. So he have texted the same. He have given the complete description on the same. So this is what document that he handed over. So better visibility I have made into a PPT. So first, let me start from here itself. You can see that. First of all I want to thank Online Study for You for such a great, accurate content in every job. I literally cracked the Infosys online test by going through their Infosys playlist just a couple of hours before the exam. I received an email on 30th that they have scheduled interview on 1st September, 4 to 4:19. So today was the interview. So I first received a call from Infosys IVR at 3:45, sharp reminding me about the interview. After the interview was finished, I received another Infosys IVR to confirm whether I attended it or not. My overall interview experience is explained below. So let's see what are the things. Before that, there is an important advice, which is a disclaimer from his part. So let's see that. Do not join the interview before the mentioned time in your mails, and or you will be end up embracing yourself just like me today XT. Okay, you can open the link in the email before, but don't press the join button. Okay, so if your time is from 4, you can be ready before that, but make sure you click on the join button just by 3:59 or 4. Okay, just 1 minute ahead or at the same time. Okay, 4 minutes itself. He attempted to join before 10 to 15 minutes. So then some candidate interview was going on and he messed up with that, so he was very impressed. So those kind of situations may affect our confidence level. Okay, so make sure you do the same. So now let's travel through his experience. Okay, so let's see what is his complete experience on the Infosys interview. So his branch is computer science and the duration is 4 from 4:19 schedule, but lasts till 4:27. It can vary, but half an hour interview is a very good sign. It is a very good interview as well. Okay, so now first, so he joined by 50, but he was busy. As I've mentioned, he was busy with another call. So friends, in this throughout this PPT, I have only used his own words so that you will be more understanding about the complete scenario of the interview process. And you can see another candidate was asked me to join. Okay, another candidate was already there. So he joined by 4 p.m. sharp. So keep up your time, join by 4 p.m. sharp itself. If your network is not that well, you just try join by 3:59 etc. Like 1 minute before is fine, but don't go for 10 to 15 minutes before. Okay, then first thing was showed me the identity card. So first, identity card in the sense, okay, showed me identity card. Most of the people are confused with if you're supposed to only show Aadhaar card, or but it's not like that, I showed my PAN card. So when it did come to my previous video regarding the interview, there was so much comments like, can we show, I don't have the college ID card, can we show Aadhaar card? So he have successfully shown his PAN card. It is just to prove your identity, like the same person who have registered is attending this. Okay, that's only they are making to show you. So you can provide any kind of ID, it's government ID or college ID, whatever. Then he asked me to introduce myself. I kept it very precise and to the point. So this point was mentioned in one of our previous video, how to prepare, like the live mock interview video, to keep it precise, short and crisp enough. Okay, started from my name, and then key educational details, mention my year gap between diploma and degree, and told him the reason for that. He's him not to care about the gap. Then I told him about my hobbies and extracurricular achievements I did in college, in conclusion with a thank you. So this is all about his complete tell me about yourself. Okay, so this is his tell me about yourself. He just made it to crisp. About her, started with the name, you can see here, started from my name, then key educational details, mentioned my year gap between diploma and degree, and then told the reason for that. He seemed not to care about the gap. Then hobbies and conclude achievements, and concluded, short and crisp enough. Okay, now next we can see, next he asked why I'm not pursuing a career as a singer. So when you just refer to his resume, which is shown just before, so there were some achievements in extracurricular activities, and he has a great passion for the singing too. So why you didn't turn up to singing career is one of the questions. That can be a relevant question, guys. If you do have any kind of extracurricular activities like arts or something, if you have mentioned the achievements in there, then you can definitely, for sure, 100% sure, you can expect a question from that part. Why you choose this than that? So you should be prepared very well with that answer. Okay, now, and I told him simply because computers are my first love and singing is just a passion for me that I do in my free time. Then he gave me a scenario to assume that I am hired by Infosys today. So this is the main point, guys. So that question, as I've mentioned, that will be for sure. And next main point that we have is he have been given a scenario to just assess his mentality, to just assess his behavioral. Okay, so you can see here, this is very important part, and I would like to highlight that as well. So they gave me a scenario. Okay, so okay, sorry. Okay, they gave me a scenario where to assume that I am hired and by Infosys, and today and tomorrow a huge celebrity from Bollywood arrives and they ask my voices, and now they want me to sing songs for their movies. Okay, and what would I do? I said very calmly that I still want to keep my job. Okay, you can see I still want to keep my job in Infosys because a Bollywood career is very uncertain. Okay, and a man is always supposed to provide his family, so I won't go that road. Fine. So this is what the interviewer want to hear. If they are assessing your behavioral pattern, this is what they have to hear. That is, if you are hired and within a short time you are voluntarily resigning, then there is a lot of struggles for them. Not the kind of struggles they want to hire some person again, some more complications, and why do go for that? If you want to go, they will be letting you to go. Okay, so make sure that in each and every word that you make sure that this job is very important for you. Okay, so here they have put forward a bright opportunity as to him being a singer as a passion, but he neglected that successfully. So maybe that would have created a great impression on him. Okay, so that's it. So next question was, then he asked about what online study for you, or had already asked yesterday night in the demo interview video with Deepika ma'am. I can see your marks have been gradually decreasing from high school till your graduation. How would you suggest satisfy that? So this question, you might have noticed the live demo mock interview, which I and Pratiksha did together, me being a candidate and he being an interviewer. So if you have not watched this video yet, you can just go back to our playlist, Infosys playlist, and find that mock interview. So you will get an idea how to present yourself in interview and how you should not be in an interview. So both we have shown as a live experience. Okay, so make sure you watch this video soon after you go through this session. So here it is provided the same question. If you have that pattern, like decreasing pattern or some kind of pattern in your exams, then you can expect this question. Okay, although I told him that I have my updated my resume with me, but he was more interested in the answer than my marks. So then I literally copied Deepika ma'am's answer and added everything in my own words, and adding my scores in core subjects are good, and I lost marks only in the negligible subjects. Okay, so this is it. So we have one question for sure you can expect. So he used my reply that I gave, so he could go through that. And then he asked me about my family. He joked, why did you hide your family with me? And I responded with names of bloodline, mentioned their occupations. Fine. So this point completely depends upon the person. Okay, so HR may be some friendly person, maybe some tough person. So if it is friendly, you can expect some random questions in between just to cool your mind, just to make you relax. So this is their mechanism. So if not, okay, if not, so they will be straightforward and ask you some technical questions and everything. So friends, don't forget these point. Okay, this point is very important. So if you, maybe most of them, you'll be having this kind of pattern in your resume or in your mark sheet, so don't miss this pattern. Okay, so go for that. And now next, then about the projects, he got a question about the project, and I explained him my final year project that I made. So he explained him final year project using deep learning. Then he was very interested to talk about it and asked me about the technicality. So that's what, when your interviewer is asked about the project details, what you have to do is you have to give a brief discussion that this is my project, I use these technologies, and this is all about the project. And if the interviewer want to know more about the project, they will dig deep into it. Okay, as Pratiksha said in the previous mock interview itself, if they want to know more about, they'll dig very well. Okay, then he asked about the technicalities. Then I told him that I created using Python, TensorFlow and FlashFrame, everything. Then Google Firebase, and I think he was impressed by the word Google Firebase. Then he asked me how exactly did I make that project, explained in brief about my role. That is important. Okay, so when an interview asked about your project in brief, you have to first mention your role in that. Okay, so he want to know like what you did in that. Were you a front-end developer? Were you a back-end, or you were just coordinating, or you did nothing? They want you to know that. Okay, so that it. And he didn't ask anything after that from. So what they want to know is, have you did this project by yourself? And if you did it project by yourself, then what part you did, and you clearly did. If you clearly did it by yourself, then you will be having some bare idea on that. Okay, so they wanted to know, is it or true or not? So for that, they'll ask, and if you give the question right, then it's completely done. So from my part, I would suggest you, if a project questions regarding the project, if asked in you, then you can go for the project details, like this is the project, this is used for this, and these are the technology or the programming language that I implemented, and I was this in this project, team lead, or I was a front-end developer, or I was a back-end developer. You can mention that. So that's it. Okay, now I was expecting technical questions from that project, but he moved on to my second project. Then second project, also he asked basic things, and I replied him very honestly that, sir, it's been 2+ years and cannot remember how did that particular thing, but have an idea of what I could do for that. And I told him the same. It was only okay, but because I was not making anything up. Okay, so he couldn't answer that second project thing because it was too late. I mean, it was too early. I mean, few years back he did it, so he confessed that. Don't pretend. Okay, this is a very good thing to do. If you don't know any kind of answers, you just throw it up in a polite manner. Okay, it's not like, I don't know, sir, it's not like that, sorry sir, I don't know, but this is up to this, you have to explain. Okay, as he mentioned here, you can take this as a example, but I won't suggest you to take this as a first example, because when you mention something in a resume, you must have a clear picture on that. If not having, you can go for the supplementary answer. Okay, so you have to mention it's been years, so like that also you can try. If not, but it doesn't mean that you don't have to prepare for the same and escape with this answer, but you have to prepare anyway. Now, then he confirmed with me that I am a July 2021 graduate, and asked why didn't I get placed in any company in my third year and through college placements. I told him that the truth, that is a very small college and did not have any TPO, so I couldn't. So this can be a question because it's been a while that 2020 students have passed out. So if college placements are about to happen, then you would have got already, right? So if that you can go. And however, I also told him that I had tried for Infosys early this year in Feb or March. Okay, approximately that time there was a hiring from Infosys, and I failed the online test. It was due to the reason I was working on the final year project. So while he was doing his final year project, he couldn't concentrate much upon the online assessment of Infosys, which was scheduled about the February and March. So he failed in that. He confessed the same. And then he asked me the first and the last technical question of the whole interview. He wanted me to tell him how would I check if two strings are duplicate. So this is a technical question that he have received. If two strings are duplicate, okay, check two strings if two strings are duplicate. Since other people were continuously interrupting by joining back and forth, and also it was the over 419, which was the limit of my scheduled interview, he just asked me to tell him the logical verbally, which I did. So similar to he joined initially, some people was joining in beforehand. So this would create sometimes a bad impression on some people. If the interviewer is not so cool person, is a tough person, he may get frustrated or he may disturbed by your that attitude. So make sure that you just join on the perfect time, so you will also feel confident, or you won't be feeling some embraced, or you won't have that awkward situation. So you'll be getting in the right time. You also will not be disturbed by your action. So that's a very good thing to do. So make sure your internet stability very good and join at the particular time itself. Okay, so this is the last technical question that he have came across. Check if two strings are duplicate. So whenever if a question is asked in the interview regarding any programming type of thing, you can go for the logic. You can present him the logic alone. You don't need to go for the whole whole program, or don't need to write the algorithm from start to stop, but you can just present the logical part and show them. Okay, that's very fine. And if they particularly ask you to show the whole program, then you can go for that. Unless and until they haven't mentioned about the same, you can go only for logical part. Either you can explain it, you can take permission, like can explain them, or should I write and show? So they will tell. Okay, so if they tell to explain, you can just explain. Write and tell, you can write it somewhere in the text editor and show them the logic part. Okay, that's it. Then he concluded that he's done, and he is done. Okay, he's done, and asked if I had a question for him. I responded in excitement that please guide me some light of your experience on me, and as I'll be a fresher in your company. And he talked a little about his work and experience before saying goodbye. Okay, so this is a complete experience. So finally, he asked you any questions. So this is common with every interview. The interviewer will ask you any questions are there. So I would suggest you to go for two questions, which is the best part. If you ask two questions, it's very good sign. If you ask one question also, it's completely fine. But if it is, I mean, yeah, you can go to asking two questions would give much more. Okay, so you can go for two questions or one question according to your mindset till that. But never ever say that I don't have any question. Don't go for that. Okay, you should ask some question. Prepare one single question that is every time there in your mind. Okay, don't ever say that you don't have any question. You must ask single question at least. Okay, so ask about that and show your interest. So where here you can see that please guide me some light of your experience. He's asking the Infosys working experience of the interviewer. So what impression interviewer is getting, that he's very much excited to get into Infosys, to be a part of Infosys. So this will give a very good positive positive kind of image about yourself. Okay, so you are very eagerly getting to work here, so you will work very well there. So this is the impression that the interviewer is getting. So go for some kind of exciting questions. Don't ever negotiate your salary. Okay, don't ask in the HR session. There are so much students who do ask in the HR, if any questions, they'll be asking like how much salary I'll be getting for this, which position I'll be getting to this. So don't negotiate those kind of things unless you are an experienced, you have a valid experience in working. If you're a fresher, always go for some questions regarding the learning, or some questions regarding the work-life balance, not work-life balance, the work in the company, or something like that. Okay, so get some guidance from them, something with some questions related to that. Never ever say no. Okay, you should ask some question and wind up, and then better goodbye. Okay, so this is the complete journey of Abi. His name is something else, I know, but it's a complete journey of him being in is that. So that's it. That's about it. So now when coming to this point, which in I would strongly suggest you to be confident. Okay, that's what they need. Completely, they want you to be confident. And whatever you know, say it confidently. You know it and answer them. Whatever you don't know, say it confidently, like you don't know. But always show a urge that you will learn that. Okay, if you don't know something, okay, I don't know this, but I learn. I'll take time to look up on this and revert back to you if I get a chance. So these kind of positive information you should give them. Positive reply you should give them. So as per this, you can see this is the report that he have shared. So my whole interview was completely focused on my behavioral skills, requesting all to be confident. So this is a very bright thing you should keep in your mind. If you are like, if you have an interview tomorrow, don't get panic, you don't worry at all. You have some knowledge upon your resume, things like all the things that mentioned in the resume, and something regarding a project, then completely fine. Be confident and be confident enough to answer it politely. Don't panic in between. Don't show you are stressed out, or don't show you're fearful. Okay, so this is the complete experience on that. He's a computer science student too. So this is the complete on him. So make sure that you attend the confidently. Make sure that everything that is mentioned in your resume is very well known to you, and make sure that you have the questions, you have the answers for the questions like this. Your marks is decreasing continuously, and why not have that? So content like that, you can have the answers. And also if some extracurricular activity is provided in that, then there can be some questions from that as well. You have this, you have the skill, but why don't you join that? Why you are joining at Infosys? So you have to. So one way or the other, what they're making to the point is, why Infosys? You have to answer that, and that answer will lead you through the gateway. Okay, so friends, make sure you do it everything accordingly. So don't get panic. All the very best for your Infosys interview. Do your best and do your well. Nothing to worry. Don't panic. Okay, do your well and track this successfully. And for the students who haven't got the interview intimation right now, don't worry at all. You will get in a short while. They will come across for like one by one. They'll be coming through. Okay, so don't worry at all. So all the best for everyone who is about to attend the interview, and prepare successfully. Know about yourself. Tell me about yourself is a bright part. Make sure you make it done. Okay, so if you have any further doubts regarding any of the things, please do mention in the comment section. We will look forward for that as well. So until I come up with another video, everybody stay safe, stay happy, stay tuned to Online Study for You.